So guys, the next era in hardcore adventure travel is here. This is the KTM 390 Adventure. I am a proud owner of the previous gen Adventure 390. I've done all sorts of adventures, good memories, been to Umlingla and Ladakh and a lot of places, and it was a do-it-all machine. Now, there was no doubt about its capability. It was absolutely perfect the way it was, but they could always do it better because we know their legacy at Dakar Rally, the consecutive domination that they have showcased at Dakar. So this one is a testament to that, or is a tribute to that. So let's get started. Here we have both the machines. We have the S model and here we have the X model. Now this is the more affordable model with lesser goodies, and for those who want to do road touring, long distance touring, long hauls, riding, for them this is the perfect companion you're looking for day in and day out. I think this is the ideal bike, and unbeatable value it packs, just as it is, just the way it is. But this one is for the hardcore off-roader who wants to take the roads less traveled, the unexplored or uncharted territories, and go all out with tapping into the full potential of the bike. This one gets the 5-inch color TFT as well, borrowed from the Duke 390. Okay, so this is the minimal display layout. You have two display layouts. You have the gear position indicator, the speed, the off-road mode. This is the minimalistic display. You can go into settings and you can configure it further with the display layout. Here you have off-road, you have configure, here you have display mode. So once you don't want the reduced mode, you go to standard mode and just select this, and now you're back. And now you have the standard. You have the gear position indicator here, speedo console here, rev counter right over here, trip details here, fuel gauge right over here. So this is similar layout we are used to seeing on the Duke 390 Naked Street Fighter. But look at the handlebars, nice and wide. The hand guards are neatly laid out. The mirrors are of premium quality, and seat height is around 830 mm. For those who are curious to know, this is 830 mm. This one is 5 mm lower at 825 mm. And the ground clearance is the same. Both of them get 227 mm of ground clearance, and the best part, both of them get this premium quality bash plate. So that's a very good inclusion. Here you have open teethed lever, open teethed foot peg for standing up tall and riding comfortably. The chassis is tried and tested. The overall design language has slightly changed. You can see the subframe has especially gotten a revised design. You have offset monoshock, just like the Duke series, to house a larger airbox and reduce the seat height. You have the swing arm, a rugged swing arm that can take on any terrain, anytime, any place. Then you have the underbelly exhaust, and despite the underbelly exhaust, you have ample amount of ground clearance to play around with, which is 227 mm. And despite that, you still manage to get a low seat height of 825 mm. That is incredible. Again, slim, slender profile design, and this one gets all the bells and whistles as well. This one gets the 5-inch color TFT as well, but there are some considerable differences which I'll point out in a moment. The powertrain remains the same for both. This one is the LC4C 399cc liquid cooled single cylinder fuel injected engine, liquid cooled 4-valve compact engine, puts out 46 bhp, 39 newton meters. Engine remains the same for both of them. Okay, so I'm just covering both the bikes at one go so that you can get the differences and understand which bike to get for what kind of a purpose. The headlamp design, vertically stacked dual headlamp layout, projector headlamp, DRLs, tall windscreen for very good wind protection. Even the turn blinkers are of premium quality, have a revised design now. The front beak, nice and lifted up. You have around 200 mm of travel up front, 205 mm of travel at the back. Similarly, even this one gets 200 mm of travel up front and 205 mm of travel at the back. This one, however, gets spoke wheels. This one gets alloy wheels. This one gets massive 21-inch front wheel and 17-inch rear. This one gets 19-inch front and a 17-inch rear. So These are Apollo Trampler XR tires, something I had been to during the launch. Tires are exceptionally good. Wire spoke wheels with tubeless tires are like pure gold these days. That too at this price point is unheard of. Massive disc rotor up front, 320 mm, and this one comes loaded with electronics beyond imagination. Something like almost all the features that you get in the Adventure 890. I mean, they have tried to include it here. A metal tank, steel tank, you have 14.5 liter tank capacity, as I told you, 830 mm seat height, ample amount of ground clearance. Now 43 mm USD forks, WP apex, and this is fully adjustable. So you get fully adjustable suspension, as you can see here, rebound damping, compression, and that doesn't get adjustable suspension. So this has regular 43 mm USD forks, as you can see here, no adjustment, but you do get preload adjustment for the monoshock. And now the electronics. Now the electronic suite is like totally loaded. Here you have cornering ABS, cornering traction control, you have cruise control as well, as you can see. So these all features are exclusive for the S variant, because this is around 70 grand dearer than that one. So that one, why it makes supreme value is as it is, it gets up and down quick shifter, it gets ABS, it gets traction control, slipper clutch, ride by wire. So that itself is more than enough for day-to-day usage. So when you run through the menu, here you have motorcycle, you have ABS, you can switch to off-road ABS, which is really good. Display mode can be changed, and so there's no traction control on this. Okay, that is one thing you need to understand. So you have switchable ABS. Now we are switched to off-road mode. So that's the only catch here. You don't get traction control here. However, you get MTC. When you look at the user interface here, ride mode, you have different riding modes. There you don't have any riding modes: rain, street, and off-road. So it's off-road is selected. Configure off-road. Now here you have MTC. There was no MTC. Here you can turn it on or turn it off. Quick shifter is on. Throttle response again can be tweaked according to the mode you're in. I hope it's nice and legible. And then you have the display mode, minimal or the regular one. So this is the option. You have switchable traction control and lean sensitive traction control, and switchable ABS and cornering ABS. Okay, so these are the differences between the when it comes to the electronic suite for the Adventure S and the Adventure X. Here you have the ready to race branding, and as I told you, the sprocket. This is another major thing. 1446. So this is 46 teeth rear sprocket. So that's another major inclusion for better torque delivery. Beautifully laid out seat, slender profile. You can do away with this to make it look almost like an enduro machine, because if you do away with the front fairing, the tail section itself reminds us of an enduro bike. That's how sleek and slim the bike is built. I like the 390X more. If I were to pick up, I would pick up the 390X because it's more than sufficient. It can do most of the off-roading, if not extreme off-roading, like climbing rocks or rock crawling or climbing mountains or something like that. But most of the off-road terrains this can tackle effortlessly, because we've been there, done that kind of a scenario. Been to Umlingla, Fortila, Somoriri, Pangong, all sorts of torture areas. This is a curved radiator, as you can see. So this is the overview. So this is priced at around 2.9 lakhs approx. That is priced at around 3.6 lakhs approx. So the price difference is 70 grand, but this one is for the hardcore off-road enthusiast who doesn't want to compromise on his dream dual sport motorcycle or enduro bike. Enduro is separately launching in a month's time, maybe, the Enduro R. That's another joy for all the rally enthusiasts out there. But this one is no less equipped to the core and a new benchmark in and of itself. And this is supreme value. No matter how you look at it, this screams value. And at 2.9 lakhs, it's an absolute steal. So don't be surprised if I pick one for myself immediately as I go back home. So that's how enticing it is. Just wait and see how it rides, whether the refinement is added or not. The Duke naked bike had a little bit of vibrations to deal with, Let's see whether this they have tried to iron out those vibrations, tried to refine the engine more. But as it is, this is a very, very enticing proposition for me, the Adventure 390X. So what do you think? Which would be your pick and why? Feel free to comment below. I think for the long haul riders, for those who do a lot of road touring, this one is a perfect match. And for those who want to get into the forests and the woods and take the roads less traveled like Upper Mustang and all those extreme off-road destinations, I think this is the perfect weapon of choice. That's pretty much it. I hope this quick fire walk around of both the models was useful. If you do like pure automobile content, give it a like, give it a thumbs up. Stay tuned for more action right here at Dino's Vault. This is Dino Bhai reporting straight from the KTM Adventure 390 2025 model launch event in Goa. Cheers to the biking brotherhood.